When I watch someone like Demian Maia, because I don't have that much of a trained eye, it doesn't look like he's doing anything different than everybody else when he takes your back or when he's on top of you and he's controlling you. And what's interesting is the subtlety of jiu-jitsu on that level, that unless you have a cultivated eye, it just looks like he's wearing him like a sweater, he's controlling the arm, he's coming in, he somehow gets that figure four around his stomach. But there's no way you're getting that dude off. You're not getting him off. And why? Someone like Carlos Condit can't even get him off, and Carlos Condit is as experienced as anybody. And that's where that level of mastery is so subtle and almost invisible. It's hard to see unless you really know what the hell he's doing. Because a lot of it seems to be like where he's putting his weight, those little differences, how he's countering, how he's predicting what you're going to do before you do it.
It's the specific moves that he's choosing. It's not how he's doing. You know what he did? He figured there's a guy who broke down all his jiu-jitsu on YouTube into 4 parts. It's pretty fucking interesting. You go through his early decisions on the ground to the decisions he's making now. He has got this path. Well, the passes that he's using now, that he kind of tripods, and it's kind of like a smash pass. He gets to top half. He knows that if he just hovers over, keeps his head, on his opponent's chest, and he's pinning him down, and he gets the top half. He doesn't even need to pass, and then he turns. He's not taking any damage. Then he goes to 3/4 mount, and then from there he throws a couple punches. The guy gives him his back, because in 3/4 mount you basically already have a hook in. He's figured out this path, nice and simple. There's so many things you can do as a jiu-jitsu black belt to pass, like your first initial move. There's all these passes. He has chosen the passes to the mount and to the back. That path is the best path. Maia's doing on his back. What Maia's doing on his back, there's a million things you can do. There's all these styles. He's keeping it nice and simple. All Demian Maia is looking for when he's on his back is the underhook. Everything is a setup to the underhook. He gets in a Z guard. He times the punch. As soon as you throw a right punch, he shoots in. He has like a Z guard. Then he shoots in, grabs the underhook, and either gets on top and they stand, just like Chuck Liddell used to do with the underhook, or he uses that to sweep him, like he'll get into dogfight and he'll go through him.
When I see
it simple,
when I see a guy like him, I want to see him fight a guy who's a world-class jiu-jitsu guy with a wicked guard, like a Braulio Estima, like someone who's nasty off of his back.
You want to see Demian?
Yeah. Because
he's
I see
do the
Demian.
Same thing. He's going to do the exact same path, whether the guy knows jiu-jitsu or not. The path that he's chosen from the bottom and from the top, no matter who he's going with, that's the best path. When there's no gi, when there's punches, when there's elbows, Demian Maia is just dwindled everything down to keeping it nice and simple. On his back, it's just the underhook.
You know what's funny for me is
I'm sure he would.
Well, that path that Maia is on, the techniques that he's putting together, the treasure map that he's on, Carlos Condit probably wasn't getting someone on a daily basis at a high level hitting him with that specific path. Those moves that he chose, that he strung together, nice and simple, nice and tight, and you got to prepare for something as simple as that. You got to prepare for someone coming at you exactly like that. Because everything that Maia chooses, all those positions are the best positions for MMA. No doubt. And he's got a path.
He's figured it out.
Yeah, he's figured out the path. There's a million moves, but he's got the path, and it's the same shit he's doing over and over. So he does have that smashing, high-level jiu-jitsu, but there have been a bunch of high-level jiu-jitsu guys trying to transition into the UFC. The problem is they're not selecting the moves that Demian Maia is selecting. Everybody in MMA right now, if you're not studying, if you're in the UFC and you are not studying exactly the moves that Demian Maia has chosen and the path, it's all laid out for you. That's the path you need to get on. There's a lot of different jiu-jitsu techniques, a lot of different styles of playing guard, different guard passing styles. There's all this shit you can decide to do in the mount and 3/4 mount. All these decisions. Demian Maia's making all the right decisions. If you're not studying his shit, I mean, there's
Look
something
how long
wrong
it
with
took
you and your
Demian to
coach.
get there.
Yeah,
he went through some shit to figure out himself as
he
a
did.
fighter.
There was
you know what I'm
there's
saying?
an evolution. He wasn't choosing that exact path early on.
He's trying to stand
on the
too
bottom,
much.
On the bottom, he was always about the underhook from his early days. But what he changed is he doesn't sit when he's on top. He never sits into a Z half guard. He calls it headquarters. He doesn't sit into that anymore because when he wants people to sit into Z guard when he's on bottom, because from there he just waits for you to throw a right punch and he times it. He shoots for the underhook because you just left a big ass opening, and from there he gets the dogfight. That's all he's waiting for. So he doesn't want to do that because he knows that that's actually the wrong thing to do. So he tripods when he's in that headquarter position, and he gets up and he drives his head down, and then he maneuvers his way into top half, and then he turns towards the leg. It's really simple. It's not like he's mixing it up.
Right.
He knows the best shit
He's
in
doing
MMA.
the same path over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And another thing about Demian Maia is when he gets the back, a lot of people get the back in MMA, but he's on that Marcelo Garcia level, but when he gets your back, he knows how to close and he knows how to finish. It takes so long to have that mastered, because anybody could get on a back and put the leg hooks in, and then they got the overhand fight. But people, to be able to close
With
that
gloves.
shit...
With gloves, it's tough.
It takes a while, and he got to the point. Now, in the beginning, he wasn't really known for taking people's backs and choking them like really, really easily. It took a while, but now, man, when he gets your back, it's very hard to escape, unless you're high level, unless you're already at a black belt. But he gets
Carlos is a black belt.
Yeah,
Different levels.
How many rear naked chokes has Demian Maia gotten?
6. The record's
6?
7. The
Rear
record's
naked
7
chokes?
with Kenny
It's
Florian.
not just that. It's like when he gets to that position, he doesn't even have to get under your chin. He just squeezes your fucking head.
All that shit is about. That's what it's all about. Closing the deal, making you tap. He knows how to make you tap.